The Avengers eventually give it all they have. They weren't enough to stop the Mad Titan from collecting the Infinity Stones. Rogers might be the creator.
Can you get copyrighted for reacting to stuff?
You just need any heroes to look up to in the dark before disaster strikes. Tony's uncanny ability to realistically anticipate what the future holds is another reason Thanos should be wary of him.
I'm not even pressing shit.
Saw the downfall of his own civilization due to overpopulation and exhaustion of resources. Despite his best efforts, the people of Titan wouldn't listen to his call.
I didn't put my fingers on it and I'm still beating it, bro.
Radical idea of eliminating half the population. Although Stark's ideas were drastically different from Thanos's, it was the same fear for his people that drove him to misguidedly create Ultron. Tony created the murder bot to combat future threats, but in doing so, he was giving into the very same kind of fear that drove Thanos to concoct his genocide of balance. This is yet another reason that Thanos fears Stark. He respects Tony's efforts to protect his planet and knows that the Iron Avenger will stop at nothing to defend Earth.
The hardest choice is quite the strongest one.
Throughout the grand arc of the MCU, Stark has steadily improved his suits to adapt to various threats and situations. Tony's knack for modifying his tech was highlighted in the first Iron Man film when he faced off against Obadiah Stane's Ironmonger armor. After realizing that his titanium steel Mark II armor would freeze up at high altitudes, Stark reconfigures it using a gold titanium alloy that could endure lower temperatures. This small tweak helps Tony defeat Shane by lowering him up high into the atmosphere, where his nemesis' suit freezes over.
How'd you solve the icing problem? Icing problem? Might not look into it.
Stark uses this innate adaptability to turn his perceived failures into learning experiences. During Civil War, James Rhodes suffers critical injuries after being shot down in his War Machine armor. So Tony develops a parachute in the Iron Spider armor and gives it to Peter Parker in Infinity War. After Ant-Man shrinks down and damages his suit during Civil War, Tony switches to nanotechnology. After being defeated in hand-to-hand combat by Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes, he learns to use his nanotech to create melee weapons around his hands, such as battering rams, blades, and shields. Each defeat and failure that Stark endures only makes him stronger. One fan theory claims there is evidence Tony uses the Infinity Stones in the future. The evidence? The fact that his left arm has bothered him in previous films. As we see at the end of Infinity War, even Thanos himself was wounded by the exertion of carrying out...
I died on that on
Tony
purpose, bro.
attempted to reverse the snap using the Infinity Stones. Chances are it would seriously injure, if not completely obliterate him. The force of using the Infinity Stones could be so powerful that the pain reverberates through time and Tony feels some type of ominous ripple effect. Iron Man wielding the Infinity Gauntlet would come full circle with the comics, in which he has used it before to defeat a bad guy who calls himself the Hood. From the end,
So fucking easy, bro. When people are on my fastest.
Infinity Gauntlet.
game trailers.
What are you looking up the Infinity Gauntlet for?
No, I can't. I don't understand.
What are you looking up for?
I'm not on Snapchat.
Even though you might not be aware of it, maybe that could hold the secret to defeating Thanos, a secret that only someone as brilliant as Stark can produce.
Why? There's a new Avengers?
Especially since the Russo
3.5 hours long.
plays an important role in the
Wait, is it good?
Yeah.
What's it about? Is it about the like when they snapped his fingers or something?
It's, you know, Infinity War?
Yeah.
It's the second one for that. It's called Endgame. It's like where they killed Thanos.
They killed Thanos? Who killed them?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man?
When the first Iron
His short ass can't kill nobody.
led the charge of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tony Stark's actions essentially kicked off the series of events that led to Infinity War. Even though Tony could have never predicted how far his superhero adventures would take him, it would certainly be poetic for the one who started it all.
I thought I thought he was talking about what's it called? Something about he said you're Iron Man.
Tony Stark was a completely different person when he first hit the scene, and his character arc is one of redemption. From his history as a weapons developer to his guilt over the lives lost due to the Avengers' actions in Sokovia, Stark has felt an increasing amount of responsibility.
How my balls are seeing from out of nowhere?
He has made efforts to atone for his sins, he remains a tortured soul. This need for atonement that has driven Stark over the past few films could very well be building toward the ultimate sacrifice that he almost made in the first Avengers movie. Since Robert Downey Jr.'s contract expires after Endgame, many fans are speculating that Iron Man will sacrifice himself to save the others.
No, you
When
won't.
Thanos easily dismantles the entire cast of Marvel heroes during Infinity War, he seems content to simply incapacitate his enemies instead of murdering them. Outside of the snap, the only characters he
This game's bad, bro.
personally are Heimdall, Loki, Gamora, and Vision, each of whom he asks for a specific reason. As the Russo brothers pointed out on the Infinity War commentary track, Tony is the only Avenger that Thanos goes out of his way to try and kill from the start. This is interesting because Iron Man is not as strong as Hulk or Thor, yet Thanos leaves him alive after defeating them. Thanos specifically sets out to kill Stark because he perceives him as a real threat, and when he says,
I hope they remember you.
he seems to think he succeeded. When it comes down to it, the main reason Thanos respects and fears Tony is simply how alike they are. The Russo brothers touched upon this during their interview with the Telegraph. Joe Russo said, Tony is the most desperately driven down to the core to react against something like Thanos. I think this is intrinsic
hot,
to Tony's psychology. And because Tony started it all with Iron Man, he has a special connection to the threat that's facing him. This is how Thanos knows Tony will do whatever it takes to stop him. The Mad Titan sees too much of himself in Stark, and that frightens him. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about...
You thrown everyone at me, and I'm gonna lose it. Stark. You know me? I do.
What was the real reason why Tony Stark is the only Avenger Thanos fears? And what does it mean for Endgame?
All that for a drop of blood. If you can make God breathe, then people will cease to believe it. And they will implore in the water. And the sharks will come.
Before we jump into the video, the April giveaway is this electronic infinity gauntlet. To enter is simple. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe and hit the bell notification. 3, leave a comment below if you think Iron Man has a shot at defeating Thanos.
He does not.
Exclusive Avengers Endgame.
Why?
Watch linked in the description below.
Yes.
How do we know that Thanos fears Tony or even perceives him as a threat? Well, the Russos state in the commentary that Thanos, once disposing of his
This
army,
movie was
sees
so good.
himself as a
You watched it?
authority,
Yeah,
foregoing the
Endgame, not
butchering
Endgame.
tendencies
Infinity War
of
is so good.
I watched that.
As Thanos moves forward in the film from this moment, once he disposes of his armor, he almost becomes a holy warrior, where he doesn't spend a lot of energy intentionally trying to murder people, unless they're in some way a threat to his agenda. But almost no one ends up being a threat to the agenda, except for Tony, who I think feels has this sort of existential connection to Thanos.
So once Thanos removes his armor, his actions show that the only person who sees as a threat is Tony Stark. But how would Thanos know that Tony is a threat? And how does Thanos even know of the great Tony Stark?
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. My only curse is you.
It's also where you realize this interesting parallel between Thanos and Tony. They're both aware of something from an early point and constantly having to deal with being smarter. Thanos is a futurist as much as Tony Stark.
Which is why he's aware of Stark and that person of Babylon Viewer as the person who undid the plan.
Why does that make him an undeniable threat to Thanos? The answer is,
Thanos is a futurist as much as Tony Stark.
first off, futurists are scientists whose speciality is futurology, or the attempt to systematically explore predictions and possibilities about the future and how they can emerge from the present. In Tony's case, working tirelessly to stop the incoming threat of Thanos.
Since dresses, and that's it. Just in case you want some.
Thanos himself seemed previously